Having clarity over your intentions is really important and useful to progress. So, in this video, I'd like to talk about some prompts that will help you really get clarity about your intentions. Keep watching, and by the end of this video, you'll have some tools to increase your focus and commitment. The Spirit and Action YouTube channel is a guide to help you understand all of the information out there about focus and help you dial in better results. Come here for ideas, reviews and tech that give you a strong spirit and daily focused action plans. In this video then, I'd like to suggest 3 prompts that help you to clarify your intention. Now, the idea for these prompts came from a video I watched, which was an interview with a psychologist and sports coach named Bill Beswick. He was talking about how he helped professional athletes become elite athletes, and even more than elite athletes, actually help those athletes to get into the 0.01% of achievers. So these prompts come from the ideas of this professional. Let's get started with the first prompt. The first prompt is to ask yourself, what do you want? This is kind of an obvious question, but it's worth reminding it because we often don't really know what we want and we kind of just let life take control. That is, the things that happen, our work colleagues, our family put demands on us, and we actually don't think about what we want because we're too busy dealing with what other people want from us. Once you have a clear answer to the question of what do you want, it allows you to have clarity over your intentions. You know when you are not spending your time in the right way. You also know what you should be doing. Overall then, once you have a good answer to the question of what do you want, you can decide exactly where you are going to focus your energy and your activities. Now, there is one caveat to this question here. What do you want is not the same as asking yourself, what are your dreams? The problem here is that as human beings, our desires are pretty never-ending. So I'm not saying try and write down all of the desires and dreams you have. You need to be realistic about what do you want here and now, not what are you dreaming of. And then the second question, once you have decided on the first, is to ask yourself, how much do you want it? This is an important question that you need to ask in order to cement your commitment. Now, I couldn't say this as well as the famous speaker, Les Brown. You might have heard of him. And one of his famous lines is, "You've got to be hungry."
You got to be hungry. People that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do.
This is very true. If you're not hungry, it's probably not going to happen. And remember that achieving a goal, something that is worthwhile, is probably not going to be easy. If it was easy, then everybody would be achieving their goals and there would be no industry related to self-improvement or anything like that. So, if achieving what you want is not always easy, you have to recognize that there are going to be challenges and difficulties. To get through those, you have to have that energy and commitment by asking yourself and knowing the answer to the question, how much do you really want it? And the last question to clarify your intentions is related to the second one. This question just specifies things in a bit more detail. The question is, what are you prepared to sacrifice? At the end of the day, we have to acknowledge that getting what we want involves some kind of sacrifice. The sacrifice could be how you use your time. It could be foregoing the sensual pleasures of nice food and drink in order to save money. Or it could be cutting down on stuff, reducing your level of comfort in some way. And of course, it could be, your sacrifice could be all of these things combined. I think it was Stephen Covey who talked about the energy required to get a new project off the ground. He gave the analogy of a space rocket. And to get space rockets in orbit, as you know, they need massive amounts of energy to break through the Earth's gravity. Sacrifice is a little bit like that, where at the beginning of a project, if you want it to become successful, it will require lots of energy, focus and attention, where you are sacrificing a lot of things to make that project happen. And then once it has hit orbit, then you can let off that energy and it should be operating a bit more smoothly without so much effort. All right then, let's just review these three prompts. The first prompt is, what do you want? Then, how much do you want it? And finally, what are you prepared to sacrifice? Let me know in the comments, do you apply these questions to yourself? Do they help you to clarify your intentions? In the meantime, if you found this video useful, I've got lots of weekly mindset videos that you can also check out. Remember that it is crucial to control and maintain the story we tell ourselves. And personal prompts are one tool that can be very effective to make sure that we are telling ourselves useful and appropriate stories. The weekly mindset videos look at the prompts that can be useful to you. So take a look at them now. And in the meantime, have a fantastic morning, afternoon, weekend, day, whatever you're doing. I'll see you in the next video.